that would be about 1800 cc's.
The seat on this bike is so comfortable.
Those are some pretty loud speakers actually.
For a bike this big, I was not expecting it to pick up that fast. To give him the gap sauce real quick.
Welcome back to another video. Today's a special video, a little different one, because look what we got behind me, man. We got a Harley Davidson. I know. Y'all probably won't believe it. Weird of me hopping onto a Harley Davidson, coming from the R6. But today we're going to do a full ride and review of this bike. So we got the 2020 Harley Davidson Street Glide right here. Shout out to my guy, Jimmy, for letting me ride it. This is a little different than what I'm used to riding, but I rode it here to the park. Way too nice to ride. And it's a lot different. What's the engine of the bike?
It's 114 cubic inches.
114 cubic inches. They're not measured in cc's. They're measured in cubic inches. But if we were to change that over to cc's, that would be about 1800 cc's. So it's a strong bike. It's a strong bike. I mean, you can tell if it's a bike this big, you probably need a big engine on this thing. When I rode it here earlier, it felt real heavy. It's a lot heavier than the R6. So it's a little different to ride at first. The handlebars feel heavy. It's definitely a lot more comfortable. We're going to go through, look around the whole bike. Then we're going to do a little ride test of it as well, too. In terms of the gallon size of the bike, it's a 5-gallon tank. So you're going to get a lot more miles in total than you are going to get on a sport bike. The bike has all sorts of tech on it. It's got a whole dash, actually. Let's turn on this dash. Look at that. The bike has all the amenities that you would possibly need. Traction control, cruise control, and a whole radio so you can connect your phone to it. Can you also connect GPS onto this so you can have GPS connected?
GPS is on right now.
Oh, there we go. That is something I need right there because I don't have GPS on my bike and I don't have any space to put a quad lock. So I'll be getting lost everywhere. But it's all good because we got the Cardo. Shout out to Cardo. And look at these huge speakers on the side of it. So when you're on the streets and you vibing, you having a great time. The bike only has 6K miles on it. So it's a pretty brand new bike. Actually, surprising to find a bike that has less miles than my bike on it because I barely ride my bike. LEDs in the front of the bike. These are turn signals. Oh, there we go. Got the Guardian Angel bell on there, obviously. It's very clean, man. It's actually pretty clean. I was surprised. I was honestly never into bikes like this growing up, but after riding like sports bikes for so long and growing up a little bit, it's nice. It's nice having something a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I was starting to go on longer rides. That's why I'm starting to switch over to cruisers, baggers.
Jimmy used to ride an R6 as well too before, but now he's got one of these. He switched over. This would be called a bagger technically because it's got these big boxes right here. Can we open one of these?
Yeah.
Look at that. We got all the space in the world right here, man. So if you're going on a long cruise, going on a long ride with the boys, this would honestly be way more optimal than something like the R6. It's got the huge intake right here. Here's how you open the gas tank. And it costs about 25 grand, you were saying?
28-ish.
28 grand. Comes out probably over 30 grand. But like for all the amenities that you get on it with everything, all the tech, how big the bike is, how big the engine is, they kind of have to make it that expensive. Check what we got on the dash, man. We got my own song on there. Let's go. Those are some pretty loud speakers, actually. Let's see how this thing sounds, man. Woo-hoo-wee. She is chopping. Oh, yeah. The whole bike is shaking. All right. Before we go anywhere, though, let's check the ergonomics of this bike. See how comfortable this thing really is. So, when you're just sitting down, when you're used to sports bikes, you're used to keeping your foot up all the way over here. But that's actually where the exhaust is. On this bike, we're keeping our feet up all the way here. And wow, let me tell you, this thing, way more comfortable than any sport bike will ever be. And it makes sense. That's what these things are made for. They're made for cruising for a while. Like literally, my feet are all the way up here. My back is not hunched over at all. My boy actually got the extended handlebars up here. So the handlebars are up here instead of being down here. And so now, my back is straight upright. The shifter is the same on this bike like all the other bikes. 1 down, 5 up, right there. And the best part about it is you're completely relaxed when you're riding it. And I'm pretty sure the bike is fast on the streets as well too. Completely relaxed. Back isn't hurting. If you want to go on a cruise for 100 miles, you'll be just fine. Woo! The whole bike shakes when you're on it. Look at this thing. Oh yeah. Whenever I start the bike, I keep wanting to actually keep my feet over here because I'm used to my feet being up behind me instead of in front of me like this. Feels so much different. First things first, while riding the bike, man, this thing is more comfortable than ever. Oh, a little bit of turn action. Come on now. Don't make me take this thing down the twisties now. The seat on this bike is so comfortable. Not just the seating position, but the seat itself. Very comfortable. And the handlebars being all the way up here, there's like no stress at all. You feel more free than ever on one of these bikes. That boy looking fly on that thing. That thing's looking good. I probably look so weird to everyone right now with my AGV helmet on. Super flashy. And I'm on this thing. Man. Hey, but who cares what they think? I'm having a great time right now. Whoa, the bike is actually pretty torquey. Surprisingly torquey. For a bike this big, I was not expecting it to pick up that fast. A lot of people think Harleys are slow. They're not that slow. They're just not meant to be in the high speeds. They're very torquey, so it's perfect for the street. I can't seem to find neutral on this bike. No need. Gapped him. Dang, I barely see my R6 being driven by other people, so it looks sick when it's driven by someone else, man. Lifting my knees up like this and not all the way behind me and not being all the way hunched over like this, ooh, feels really nice. I completely understand why people love Harleys now. If I wanted, I could have the speakers on and be blasting music. Come on now. There's the cop. It's okay, sir. I'm just on a Harley. Let's see how it leans. Wait, why is this bike so easy to lean? Hold up. At first I was thinking that I gotta hold the handlebars real tight because of how heavy it is. But honestly, I don't need to hold it that tight. The bike wants to come down by itself, man. I keep wanting to lean forward whenever I'm on this bike, but in reality, I just gotta sit back and relax and catch the wind in my face, or not in my face, I have my helmet on, but woo, these things are perfect to be cruising on, man. Oh, it's a dead bird. Oh no, RIP. In terms of the gear shifting of the bike, it's really smooth. Like, look at that. Super smooth, puts me right into the next gear. Even downshifting, super easy on this bike, man. Like, everything is very smooth. It even shows you the gear that you're in, shows you how fast you're going, has a whole monitor right there. And not that you should be changing stuff on the monitor, but if you wanted to, there's controls for it right here. Look, I can press home to go to home. I could turn on different modes. Oh yeah, she is leaning. The views are viewing right now. Oh, is this it's an air base. Those are airplanes. Those are airplanes, Mom. This fairing right here, right in front of me, makes it so I actually barely feel any wind on my face. Real nice. I feel the wind on my legs, but that feels actually pretty nice. But no wind on my face, just cruising. Let me give him the gap sauce real quick.
This is a perfect type of road to be riding this bike on, man. Just cruising. Nothing but vibes. Speaking about vibes, she a cat like she got 9 lives. Oh, that's a nice rear brake right here as well too. I like that. I like that. She don't even need me to try. For the price of this bike, for like 30K, 35K out the door for this bike. I don't know, officer. I don't know if I would get the bike myself. I might have to get me an H2 for that price. You know what I'm saying? Big body bends. I remember I used to be dusty, but for the comfort, you don't beat it. And I feel like the maintenance on this bike is not too bad either. Like oil changes here and there. You're not running the bike that hard anyway, so you probably won't have to change the chain like that. The engine seems like it's very strong and reliable. I know it's a Harley Davidson, so it's definitely a reliable bike. I wonder if you can wheelie one of these things. You probably can. I've seen some people wheeling Harleys. But man, that's an expensive wheelie right there. Oh, look at these. I could be big chilling up here. Just, oh my gosh. There is no way that I'm sitting on a reclining sofa right now while I'm riding a bike. Could never on a sports bike. That is so cool. How you liking the R6?
It's cool. I haven't been on with it in a minute. The wrist is starting to get tired.
He said his wrist is starting to get tired. The difference between one of those bikes and one of these. And that one's super aggressive, so your wrist or your back starts to get tired way quicker. Look at the amazing view, man. Come on now, it's a perfect day to ride today. Not too hot, not too cold. Really just perfect outside. Overall, in terms of the Harley Davidson Street Glide, I think this is a really nice bike. Completely depends on what your perspective is, where you are in your life, and what you're going to be using your bike for. Because to be honest with you, the R6 and a lot of these sports bikes are very aggressive. It's not something that you want to take for a long time. Even if you're commuting, you probably want to commute on this bike as opposed to the R6, just because of how aggressive those bikes are. I feel like I could ride this for hours and I'll be just fine cruising. Like you really just feel like you're in a video game, sitting down, cruising through life. You probably won't be able to cut up traffic as easily as you are able to cut up traffic on bikes like that. You want to ride this bike more like a car, be in its own lane, be in its own spot. Another great thing about this bike is how torquey it is. The bike has enough street power for you to get around. If you really want to push it, perfect for the freeway as well too.
I just got off the Street Glide here, and I gotta say, man, super comfortable bike. I really loved it. Like honestly, might have me switching over to these in like 5 to 10 years. Right now, I'm enjoying the R6. Enjoying the R6 for what it is. But these things, man, way more comfortable than the sports bikes are ever going to be. For long cruises, I would need me one of these. Or I need me a truck to take the bike around on. But for how much the bike is worth and the price of it right now, I would have to get me an H2. Get me an H2 for it. Rip it around for as long as I still have my back and wrists working properly. And then hop onto one of these. But like the stereo, the sound, everything about the bike, it's super nice. And the comfort levels, like you having your legs up like this, way nicer than having your legs all the way back and scrunched up as you are on the sport bike. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want me to get one of these bikes. I hope you guys enjoyed the review video. Let me know what you guys think about this. Which one would you pick? You pick the Street Glide or you pick the R6? I want to know your guys' opinions. And as always, love your own life first. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.